Here is all you need to know about the 2019 Honda Passport EXL model. So, to begin with, this vehicle is most similar to the Honda Pilot, which is about 5 3/4 of an inch longer and sits 1 inch closer to the ground. Now, the Passport and Pilot are primarily intended to be family vehicles or adventure vehicles. These are intended for a large towing capacity, but they are quite comfortable and do have a lot of features that I would like to get into and break down for you. So, getting into the car here, you'll notice, first of all, most important to me is the USB chargers. There are circle power outlets, there are regular USB chargers, there's a couple down here too, there's more in the back, which I'll get to later, but this is great. This is fantastic because now all of the Hondas are standardly equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, making it possible to get mapping, phone calls, texting, music, podcasts, audiobooks, and whatever else you have on your phone that's considered driver friendly to connect onto the car screen. And I use these features all the time. I don't think I could live without them at this point. I love the fact that it charges my phone at the same time that I get to use all the features on my phone. And I'm demonstrating this using my own Apple phone. However, with Android devices, it does work the same way. You just have to download the Android Auto app before you can use it. But same thing, connect your phone through the cable, allow your permissions, connect contacts and all that stuff, and then you're set. And back to the car. Here you have a nice little tray in the storage bin. Over here you also have your auto idle shut off. That's in case you want your engine to shut off when you come to a full stop, waiting for more than 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, the engine shuts off. It helps to conserve you gas until you're ready to move. Then you just press on the gas and the engine starts up and you're going. Now, about the engine in this car. It is a 3.5 liter V6. And it is all-wheel drive, running at 280 horsepower vehicle with 3,500 standard towing capacity. Adding an ATF cooler can increase that to 5,000 pounds. So we are looking at a car to be reckoned with here. And while we're here, I'd like to quickly mention that the blue cap is literally the only thing that I actually touch under the hood of my car. It's the only one that I know about and that I trust myself to play around with, and it's just refilling washer fluid. That's all it's for. Do not put anything else in there. It's windshield washer fluid only. And moving on, we have also here some different drive modes where you can select between snow, mud, and sand for different kind of traction control. You also have your gear shift here where you click the buttons for park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And sport, you click 2 times. Heated seats are located up here. The climate controls are here as well. And then we're back up to the screen. And one thing to note, both the Pilots and the Passport's EXL models do have heated seats all around, as well as tri-zone climate control, meaning you can control the climate of the driver, the passenger, and the rear passengers all separately through the center console as well. And here we have the auto dimming rearview mirror, another one of my solid favorites, as well as programmable garage door openers that you can hook up to your car. Now here is the sunroof, and this is just a standard Honda sunroof. You can tilt it upwards, push it backwards and forwards to close it. Now I'm gonna take a second to explain the blind spot camera, the lane watch camera. That's the right side camera in the Honda's models EX or Sport and above. Up to Touring. Tourings usually get the BSI, depending on which model. I'll explain in another video, but the way that works is it shows you what's to the right of your vehicle. And you can see when it's safe to transfer lanes over. Or if you drive with cyclists around, you can see when they're coming up beside your vehicle. It's just better for visibility and everybody's safety. And moving on to the steering wheel, you'll notice it's leather wrapped, gorgeous and luxurious. And over here we have our Bluetooth connectivity settings. So at the bottom there you can see the left button is to pick up calls, the middle one is to drop calls, and the third one on the right is to press and hold for voice command. And you can tell it whatever commands you want, such as take me to a certain address, call this person, text this person saying I'm running 10 minutes late, or whatever else. And on the right side here, you've got the heated steering wheel button. You've got the lane keep assist, which is like a second set of hands on the wheel controlling the steering for you, moving more than 72 kilometers an hour, as well as the adaptive cruise control, which can mitigate the speed of your car and make it follow the car in front of it. Over here, you've got your windshield wipers with sensitivity adjustment. There's a front and a rear wiper. On the other side over here, you've got your light settings, so automatic lights, as well as daytime running, full fog lights. And over here we have quite a few new things. So top left over there, you see the mirror adjustments. I'm not going to talk about that one too much. Economy mode next to it helps to conserve gas by slowing down your acceleration and also reducing your air conditioning speed. In the door handle here, you can see there's adjustments available for the front 2 seats. And then over here, top left one, that's the parking sensors, which I will demonstrate as well. You'll notice when the parking sensors are on, there's beeping, there's lights, there's warnings, there's a 360 camera of the parking sensors engaging as well as you get closer to an object. And these are all intended at keeping you safe and obviously aware of what is surrounding your vehicle. If you turn them off, the beeping will stop and you will just have the regular camera view. In the reverse camera view here, you have 3 different angles for the camera. The guidelines are dynamic. So the 3 different angle views are wide, regular, and straight down, which is good when you are parallel parking because you can see exactly where your car would end and how much space you have remaining to go before you hit anything. P.S. guys, the heated steering wheel in these cars is incredible. It heats all the way around and gets really nice and warm. Anyway, back to the cluster. To the right of the parking sensor, you have the collision mitigation braking system. The way this system works is there's a radar in front of the car that's measuring the distance between your car and the car in front of it. And as that distance is drastically dropping, like as you're speeding up and about to hit the car in front of you, first the car will warn you. It'll say brake, brake, brake on your screen, bright orange letters, you can't miss it. If at that point you don't brake yourself, the car will brake for you. And the next button over is for traction control, which brakes on specific wheels to keep the car moving straight. The bottom left button is for your windshield wiper de-icer. So if you remember back on the center console, we saw that there was a defroster for the front windshield, the rear windshield, and the side mirrors. This one here is a de-icer, which sits under the blades of the wipers. So it will heat them up, specifically melting ice. And the last button in the middle there, below the collision mitigation braking system, is the lane departure warning. The way that works is when you are steering straight, again, moving more than 70 kilometers an hour, if you start to steer out of your lane, it's going to vibrate the wheel, warn you, and pull the car back into the lane. So ideally, the way to cancel that is to use your turn signals, and it is intended to be, again, a safety feature, keeping you less at risk of getting into an accident and being at fault. And scrolling down further over here, you can see the top left gas door release, the bottom left is the trunk release, and then the hood is down there as well. Now, the Passports are a solid 5-passenger vehicle. You'll notice that they do have also a nice armrest here in the middle where you can fit more cup holders into. The seats do have releases as well in the trunk as well as by the door, which I'll show you later. The temperature controls are over here. The USB plugins are down here as well. Again, fabulous, fabulous. Heated seats. It should make for a very comfortable ride for any passengers that you have coming with you. And this is the trunk space. You can see it's quite spacious, and there's a power outlet back here too, as well as power releases for the seats that can make them fold down and flush with the trunk as well. Under the cargo floor here, you'll notice there are 2 more bins for storage as well as a spare tire in the tools. So this, again, is great for concealing any valuables that you might have in your vehicle. But generally, most people tend to just keep it flat. It's great, a huge, huge trunk. I personally love the Passport myself. I think it's great. I mean, I love the fact that we now have a 5-passenger SUV that's got a beefed up engine. That's what people were asking for. And, you know, it's an adventure vehicle. It's good for towing, like I said, off-roading, good for family. Like it's got pretty much everything and anything that I could possibly think a car might need to have or people might want to have in their car. And it's great. And now it's your turn. Let me know what you think of this video. If you like this kind of content, I was planning to do more about the cars and then get into more specific things about leasing and financing and Honda Link. And let me know what you think of this video in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.